Hello, welcome to Vintage Cookbooks and Crafts. My name is Barbara and I have collected cookbooks for over 50 years. In today's episode, I have this 1960 Betty Crocker's party book, and we're going to be making a recipe for toffee squares. And to celebrate my hitting 100 subscribers, later on in the video I will tell you how you may obtain this cookbook. This Betty Crocker's party book says more than 500 recipes, menus, and how to do it, tips for festive occasions the year round. And it's from 1960, golden press, printed by Western Printing. But today I am going to make toffee squares. It calls for 1 cup of butter, a cup of brown sugar, 1 egg yolk, and this is my little egg separator. The white is down there and here's my yolk. I need a teaspoon of vanilla, 2 cups of sifted flour, and 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And I have the salt and flour in this sifter. Then later, after it's baked, you put pieces of this Hershey chocolate bar over the top while it's still hot. Then you spread it out and it melts, and then you sprinkle the nuts on top. So let's get baking. Let's get baking with Betty. We start out with creaming the butter. I already preheated the oven to 350. So I cream together butter, sugar, egg yolk, and vanilla. I'm just going to cream that a little bit to start out with before I add the sugar. Okay, here's my sugar and my egg yolk. This is an old Tupperware egg separator that I've had for over 40 years. It's quite the handy deal. And I need a teaspoon of vanilla. This coming weekend is Memorial Weekend, and I thought, well, how about a nice little treat for the picnickers? Unplug this a minute. I never put my fingers in there when that's plugged in. I want to clean off this beater bar so I can move this bowl out from under it and sift the flour in without things falling down on the table. Okay. So now I'm going to sift in my 2 cups of flour and 1/4 teaspoon of salt. pulse it a little bit, start out slow so I don't get flour spraying all over the place. Stirring flour and salt until dough is thoroughly blended. That looks pretty good. Then I would take this stuff off the table and bring my baking sheet over. So I'll be right back. Okay, what it says to do now is spread in a rectangle about 13 by 10 inches on greased baking sheet. Leave about 1 inch around the edge of the baking sheet. Bake 20 to 25 minutes until nicely browned but still soft. Remove from oven. Immediately place the separated squares of chocolate on top. Let stand until soft and spread. Then sprinkle the nuts on top. Now instead of a greased baking sheet, I like to use these Reynolds parchment cookie sheets, and it fits perfectly in my half sheet pan. And it has little grids, little squares. So I was able to see where a 13 by 10 inch rectangle would be. So now I'm going to spread this out onto this sheet until it reaches 13 by 10 inches. So I'm going to spread this out. I'm going to get a spatula to help me, and then I will show you what it looks like before I put it in the oven. Okay, that's about 13 by 10. And I tried using this little Pampered Chef roller, but it stuck to it. It didn't work very well. I tried using this little spatula thing, and it stuck to that too. The best thing to use is the hand God gave you. And it worked perfectly. So now it says to put this in the oven, 350 degrees Fahrenheit, for 20 to 25 minutes. And then I will be back. Here is the base of the toffee bars. And it said to cook them, to bake them, for 20 to 25 minutes at 350 degrees until nicely browned but still soft. And that's what it is now. In my oven that was 21 minutes. And now we put these pieces of chocolate on here, but they will be melting. And then we will spread them out. And originally in the recipe it calls for 2 to 3 milk chocolate bars, and then it says 5-cent bars at 3/8 ounce. So in 1960 a Hershey bar, a 5-cent Hershey bar, was 3/8 of an ounce. I bought a package of Hershey bars that they sell this time of year for making s'mores, and these are 1.55 ounce, so 1.5 ounce. So I'm using more chocolate than the original recipe, but we love chocolate. So you let them sit on there for a little bit. Oops. till they melt. And then I'll use this offset spatula to spread it out. And after I do that, then I need to sprinkle with the nuts. I need to wash my hands while that's softening there, while that's melting. Oh yeah, that looks good. When I was trying to roll out the dough, I tried using this offset spatula to push it out, then it stuck to the spatula. I tried using one of my wooden rolling pins and it stuck to that. And I tried using that Pampers Chef little roller thing and it stuck to that. And my hand was the best tool to use. Oh, these are nice and creamy. Creamy milk chocolate. Okay, now I sprinkle the nuts on, and these are chopped walnuts. It calls for 1/2 cup of chopped nuts, and you can use pecans, any nuts that you have in the house available. I have more walnuts in the house than I have other kinds, so I just thought I'd use these because I'd like to use them up. When I buy a large bag of nuts, then I bring it home and I open it up and I put it into ball jars, canning jars. And then I use my vacuum sealer to pull the air out of the jar, and then they stay better longer than if I would have just opened the package and put a little twist tie on it. There. I'm going to push these in a little bit so they stick. At Christmas time I always used to make almond toffee, and that I always use the chopped almonds, and then you make the toffee. And you would pour that over the almonds, and then after it sets a minute, then you put chocolate bar on the top and spread that out after it melted. But these are a cookie rather than a candy. I'm going to get a knife because it says to cut them into small squares while they're warm. There, nice little toffee cookies squares. Now I'm going to let this cool a little bit. It's too hot to handle, to taste. And I'm going to tell you about, I'm going to clean my hands off here. There. This book is a first edition, first printing, 1960 Betty Crocker party book. And to celebrate this last weekend, I hit 100 subscribers. So I am going to list this on eBay with free shipping. I will be starting the bidding at 1 cent, only because this is a special occasion. I was going to try to do a drawing of my subscribers, but other YouTube people have told me that it's not a good idea because there's too many problems with people that are not moral. They try to scam your subscriber or the people there in the comments. They'll contact them and tell them that they're you, and they will, want their personal information so they can send them the winning book. But they don't have the winning book. It's just a big scam, and I don't want people to get hurt and have their identity stolen. So I'm just going to go ahead and put this on eBay, starting bid at 1 cent with free shipping. And it will be listed on Thursday, May 21st, 2026, to start at 3 p.m., which means it will also end at 3 p.m. in 10 days. So that would be on Sunday. Oops, my camera shut off. It's persnickety that way sometimes. The auction will end for this cookbook on Sunday, May 31, 2026 at 3 p.m. Central Time. Thank you to all my viewers and subscribers for helping me get to 100 subscriptions. Until next time, goodbye.